These are all of O-Levels Economics Section 4 definitions in 7 minutes. Local government is a government organisation with the authority to administer a range of policies within an area of the country. Natural monopoly is an industry where a single firm can produce at a lower average cost than two or more firms because of the existence of significant economies of scale. Strategic industries are industries that are important for the economic development and safety of the country. National champions are industries that are, or have the potential to be, world leaders. Trade bloc is a regional group of countries that remove trade restrictions between themselves. Free international trade is the exchange of goods and services between countries without any restrictions. Economic growth is an increase in the output of an economy and, in the long run, an increase in the economy's productive potential. Actual economic growth is an increase in the output of an economy. Potential economic growth is an increase in an economy's productive capacity. Aggregate demand is the total demand for a country's products at a given price level. It consists of consumer expenditure, investment, government spending, and net exports. Exports minus imports. Aggregate supply is the total amount of goods and services that domestic firms are willing to supply at a given price level. Full employment is the lowest level of unemployment possible. Being economically active means being a member of the labour force. Unemployment rate is the percentage of the labour force who are willing and able to work but are without jobs. Price stability occurs when the price level in the economy does not change significantly over time. Inflation rate is the percentage rise in the price level of goods and services over time. Balance of payments is the record of a country's economic transactions with other countries. Budget is the relationship between government revenue and government spending. Budget deficit occurs when government spending is higher than government revenue. Budget surplus occurs when government revenue is higher than government spending. National debt is the total amount the government has borrowed over time. Multiplier effect occurs when the final impact on aggregate demand is greater than the initial change. Direct taxes are taxes on income and wealth. Indirect taxes are taxes on expenditure. Progressive tax is one that takes a larger percentage of the income or wealth of the rich. Proportional tax is one that takes the same percentage of the income or wealth of all taxpayers. Regressive tax is one that takes a larger percentage of the income or wealth of the poor. Automatic stabilizers are forms of government expenditure and taxation that reduce fluctuations in economic activity without any change in government policy. Inflation is the rise in the price level of goods and services over time. Informal economy is the part of the economy that is not regulated, protected, or taxed by the government. Flat taxes are taxes with a single rate. Fiscal policy consists of decisions on government spending and taxation designed to influence aggregate demand. Expansionary fiscal policy involves increases in government expenditure and slash or cuts in taxation designed to increase aggregate demand. Contractionary fiscal policy involves cuts in government expenditure and slash or increases in taxation designed to reduce aggregate demand. Monetary policy consists of decisions on the money supply, the rate of interest, and the exchange rate taken to influence aggregate demand. Foreign exchange rate is the price of one currency in terms of another currency or currencies. Expansionary monetary policy involves increases in the money supply and slash or reductions in the rate of interest designed to increase aggregate demand. Contractionary monetary policy involves cuts in the money supply or the growth of the money supply and slash or increases in the rate of interest designed to reduce aggregate demand. Supply-side policy consists of measures designed to increase aggregate supply. Deregulation is the removal of rules and regulations. Gross domestic product is the total output of a country. Circular flow of income is the movement of expenditure, income, and output around the economy. Value added is the difference between the sales revenue received and the cost of raw materials used. Transfer payments are transfers of income from one group to another that are not made in return for providing a good or service. Nominal GDP is GDP measured at current market prices and is therefore not adjusted for inflation. Real GDP is GDP measured at constant prices and is therefore adjusted for inflation. Subsistence agriculture is the production of agricultural goods for farmers' personal use. Recession is a reduction in real GDP over a period of 6 months or more. The International Monetary Fund is an international organization that promotes international cooperation and helps countries with balance of payments problems. Sustainable economic growth is economic growth that does not endanger a country's ability to grow in the future. Employment is being involved in a productive activity for which payment is received. Unemployment is being without a job while willing and able to work. Flexible labour force is a labour force that adjusts quickly and smoothly to changes in market conditions. Economically active are those in the labour force, including both the employed and the unemployed. Economically inactive are those who are not in the labour force. Labour market participation rate is the proportion of the working age population who are in the labour force. Claimant count is a measure of unemployment that counts as unemployed those who receive unemployment benefits. Labour force survey measure is a measure of unemployment that counts as unemployed people who identify themselves as unemployed in a survey. Frictional unemployment is temporary. Unemployment arising from workers being between jobs. Structural unemployment is unemployment caused by long-term changes in the pattern of demand and methods of production. Cyclical unemployment is unemployment caused by a lack of aggregate demand. Search unemployment is unemployment arising from workers who have lost their jobs and are looking for a job they are willing to accept. Casual unemployment is unemployment arising from workers regularly being between periods of employment. Seasonal unemployment is unemployment caused by a fall in demand at particular times of the year. Regional unemployment is unemployment caused by a decline in job opportunities in a particular area of the country. Technological unemployment is unemployment caused by workers being replaced by capital equipment. Deflation is a sustained fall in the prices of goods and services. Disinflation is a fall in the rate of inflation. Consumer Prices Index is a measure of the weighted average of the prices of a representative basket of goods and services. Cost push inflation refers to rises in the price level caused by higher costs of production. Demand pull inflation refers to rises in the price level caused by excess demand. Wage price spiral occurs when wage rises lead to higher prices, which in turn lead to further wage claims and price rises. Monetary inflation refers to rises in the price level caused by excessive growth of the money supply. Monetarists are a group of economists who believe that inflation is caused by the money supply growing more rapidly than output. Hyperinflation is a very rapid and large rise in the price level. Index linking is the practice of changing payments in line with changes in the inflation rate. Menu costs are the costs involved in having to change prices as a result of inflation. Shoe leather costs are the costs involved in moving money around to gain higher interest rates. Thanks for watching.